Town is dead. It died while I was busy at school, busy trying to get a job, busy realizing the job I could get didn't pay enough to live anywhere near it. Busy getting crushed under a SuperValu lorry when the handlebars of my borrowed motorbike turned, but not the wheel. So I'm dead too. Before you ask, I don't have a clue about the afterlife, about God or any of that. You don't have to know how your lungs work to be able to breathe. Turns out the same applies to not breathing. And no, your Aunt Maisie isn't here wanting to give you a message from the beyond. And as for whether you're going to meet a tall, dark stranger, handsome or otherwise, I don't know. Probably. Statistically. I'm dead. I'm invisible. And I'm behind the corner in the last bank left. I'm behind the counter in the last bank left in town. Ready to rob it. The bank robbery is an unusual diversion for a ghost, I'll admit, but I have my reasons. One of those is to fulfill a lifelong ambition. Even if fulfilling it has taken a little more than a lifetime. I always loved heist movies. And this, in fact, will be my second heist. The first haul had a street value of one branded pen. Knocked into a pensioner's handbag. Not too bad for a ghost. Not much good to a ghost either, but still. The other reason is my little sister, Hanny, who will be in soon. She works behind the counter at SuperValu. Yes, the very same. And comes in every day to convert whatever coins they take into notes. Hanny was something else I was too busy for when I was alive. Mum and Dad went kind of mad when I died. Not the loud kind, just the staring into space while the water burns off the boiled potatoes in the kitchen fills with, not the smoke alarm screams kind. I want to do what I can for them, now that I've got my head straight. Literally and metaphorically. I was a fright at the start. An actual fright for a lot of people who'll never be able to explain what they saw, heard, or felt with all my racing around. But then I thought, slow down, fella. Eternity it's a fairly long time. Pace yourself. So here I am, beside my unwitting accomplice, Miss Fidelma Harrington, by her name badge. But I feel I've studied her long enough to call her Fee. I chose her because she's never quite paying attention to what she's doing. Always caught up in someone else's business. Who was in the pub last night? What everyone has for breakfast, lunch and dinner? Whose tea break is longer than everyone else's? I swear, she only took up vaping to check on the smokers. Fee's not lazy. She's just an expert on anything where the only qualification is to have strongly expressed opinions. Like weddings, fashion, or immigration. Here's Hanny. If I had a functioning heart, it would be racing just to see her. But all I have is a plan to get her away from this town, and I know she agrees with me. She wants to get away. But saving every bloody penny takes so long, and the pull of our parents' need is so strong, I don't know if she'll ever break free. I know this from reading her phone over her shoulder. Go on, judge the dead fellow. Okay, Fee. Time to get personal. Time, in fact, for us to dance. I do my little shimmy beside her, so we bump hips and Fee yelps like a dog frightened by its own fart. Good to know I still have it. Apparently being dead is a bit like being drunk. It makes you much better at dancing. Fee looks 4 directions at once, and she's completely lost count of that stack of 50s. Wait for it. And she's off, bothering that poor trainee about the terrible chill she's just had. Yeah, someone walked in my grave, and oh, it's her dreams now, that's it. Now she's on autopilot for an hour and a half at least. Oh, feck. Hanny's heading for the trainee. He's far too attentive. I rush through him. He glances up at the air conditioning. No yelping or talk of graves, but enough of a visible body pop to send Hanny veering back towards Fee again. Go on, Miss Harrington. Prattle away while I do the thing with the hands between you and the money. It seems I can blur things. The trick is to keep them moving fast enough in the smallest possible space. Mere touching is required to nudge Fee to the wrong part of the drawer in the confusion of poking and prodding the cold hand on hers that chills down her back and a quick elbow into the ribs. Poor Fee's looks like she's having a fit. Just keep counting. That's all. Just keep it going, lovely. At this rate, even if the notes were single, she should have given too much. I see Hanny about to say something. No, I really do need an extra arm, but the head will have to do. I press myself onto the toughened glass between them. It fogs up for a second. I could win a contortionist medal, but it's distracted Hanny. All right, Miss Harrington, I think that's generous enough. Nudge here, nudge there. Hand it over. Hanny, just take the money, don't count it. Oh, don't count it. Right, I was hoping I wasn't going to have to do this, but I'm going to have to make myself visible to Fee. This gives me a ferocious headache. And I nearly pissed myself the last time I did it. So much for dignity in death. Excuse the sound effects. Christ, that was some scream. Whew. I must look pretty bad. Well, I suppose I would. There was a lot of wheels under that lorry. But do you know what Fidelma says? What she says, staring straight through the glass at Hanny. Get away. Oh, Fee, I could kiss you, but you've suffered enough. So Hanny goes, clutching maybe thousands in her hand. Go. Get one of us out of here alive. Don't worry about Mum and Dad. They want you to go and live your life. I hear them whisper it in rooms they don't know I'm with them in. They'd tell you if they could find the words. And I promise to trigger the smoke alarm long before the kitchen fills with smoke while I search for a way to soothe them. It doesn't bring on matching heart attacks. And if you ever want to try and understand, Hanny, remember how you sat with me and watched Ocean's 11 and pretended to love it. Just so you could stay up late with your big brother. before he drove off to work that night.